What's up, everybody? Noah Kiss back here for my review of The Munsters, the Rob Zombie written and directed film from 2022. The way this film was supposed to go is originally we were told it was supposed to go to theaters. Then it's coming straight to Blu-ray. And then they sold it to Netflix. They sold the rights to have it on streaming to Netflix. It's not a Netflix original. It's just got sold to Netflix to air day and date. Universal did not believe in this film so much as to put it on their own streaming service, Peacock. Now, let's get into this film. Is this all bad, or is there a couple redeeming qualities? Let's get right into it. This is all about Herman and Lily's crazy courtship takes the Munsters on a hauntingly hilarious trip from Transylvania to Hollywood. Bullshit. Bullshit. What we get here is we get the building. We get the romantic story of Herman and Lily Munster, played by Sheri Moon Zombie and Jeff Daniel Phillips. Now, Jeff Daniel Phillips is an actor who we have seen before in stuff. We've seen him in Rob Zombie's work before, from what I'm looking at on Letterboxd here. We have him in Halloween 2, The Lords of Salem, 3 from Hell, and 31. Now, Sheri Moon Zombie is, of course, Lily Munster. The main star of this film, I think, the main draw for this film, for me, was Grandpa, was Daniel Roebuck. Daniel Roebuck delivers in this role. He knows what type of movie he's in. He knows what type of movie this is. He read the script. He was making the film, and he knew exactly what this movie was. And I respect him for that, and he delivered one hell of a performance. So it gets a star just for Daniel Roebuck alone. This movie takes a subplot turn where they're trying to basically scam take away the castle that they're living in. And Herman Munster sees this guy on screen, this horror guy, and he basically says, hey, I can do that. He's basically a 7 and I'm a 10 out of 10. That's a Herman Munster line. They all think they're normal and everything. That's Herman Munster. However, then he decides to go to Hollywood, and that's where the movie really, really gets bogged down here. The script is shit. This is not a funny film. Rob Zombie has no idea how to write a film here, because there's jokes here that are just thrown in as a joke instead of building to a joke. There's no building here. They build the romance between Herman Munster and Lily Munster with little to no chemistry between Jeff Daniel Phillips and Sheri Moon Zombie. Very little romantic chemistry between these two stars. There was more chemistry in a low-budget horror film that was made for $10,000 than there was this film. This movie is damn near god-awful. It's damn near god-awful. What saves it, though? What saves it is Daniel Roebuck, some lighting choices here and there, and a couple of the costume designs. A couple of the costume designs and production designs. Now, apparently this film was made for $40 million. There's no concrete evidence that this was made for $40 million based on this right here. Based on this alone. The movie. Now, I did get a couple laughs. Now, I'm not saying it's a funny film. I did get a couple laughs from Daniel Roebuck's grandpa. He delivers a hell of a performance. He delivers a pretty darn near spot-on representation of what Grandpa was in the original series. I'm a fan of this original series. I grew up watching this series. I remember going to a Halloween dance when I was in 5th or 6th grade. Maybe even sooner. And they were having a Halloween marathon of the Munsters on WGN America. And I would rather sit at home and watch this than go to that 6th grade dance. And I kind of wish I would have, because I had a somewhat good time, but I mean, it was just fine. I would rather sit home and watch the Munsters. Now, What a lot of you people are going to say is, well, you're not a Rob Zombie fan. The Rob Zombie fans are going to hate this film. If you're a Munsters fan, you are going to not like this film. Because it has nothing even representing the Munsters besides the name. Jeff Daniel Phillips does not deliver a convincing Herman. His voice is too high. They could have done some voice over or some voice effects to make it go down a little bit instead of him being like this and just very high-pitched. Herman Munster is very down here, and he can be very up here, but it's just, he's charming. Now, yes, we miss Fred Gwynn, but Fred Gwynn was Herman Munster. But here's the thing. Herman Munster was smartly written. He did multiple things in this film. The way this movie flows, there's no story here. There's a story between Herman and Lily, but it kind of goes off the beaten path. It goes way out of the way to go to another subplot. The way they get this house is very questionable. This house does look good. It looks like it belongs on Mockingbird Lane. However, this movie does itself no favors. I was told by my friend Scotty that in an interview, Rob Zombie said that he spent most of the budget he was given on this film on the house. I can see that. Because one, you're probably paying your wife way too much money because she is a god-awful actress. She can't act worth a shit. She is overacting. She has no real feeling of being Lily Munster. What we got here is a poor representation of supposed Rob Zombie's favorite show. This is one of his favorite shows, and if this is one of your favorite shows, you should do it more justice. You should know a better feeling of this. You should know some editing choices do not work here. There's some dialogue that does not work here. However, the whole freaking film doesn't work because of your badly written script. I have not seen any of his other films. I have not seen House of 1,000 Corpses. I have not seen Halloween or Halloween 2, 31, The Lords of Salem, The Devil's Rejects. Is there any more? House of 1,000 Corpses, Halloween, Halloween 2, Lords of Salem, 3 from Hell, 31, and The Devil's Rejects. Yeah, so I haven't seen any of the rest of those. I don't know his style of horror filmmaking, but I have very little interest now because of this film. This film was a passion project for him, and God bless him. I'm sure he's a fantastic person. I'm sure he's a very nice guy in real life, but he can't make a movie worth shit, especially when it's a comedy to me. Now, I did not hate this film 100% completely. This did not piss me off as much as the other films have. But this is a very bad film. I'm giving this 1.5 stars. I'm going to give The Munsters a D+. This is not an F. This is not an F. But this is a D+. This is exactly what we thought it would be. And I have to give credit to the trailer house that made this trailer. Because you did a very good job of representing what this film was. The trailer house that put this trailer together, based on the film clips they were given, did a very good job. Daniel Roebuck delivered in this film. Is he Al Lewis? No, but we are not going to sit here and compare Al Lewis to Daniel Roebuck. We are not going to sit here and compare this and this and this and this. And people are going to bitch, yeah, but there's no Eddie Munster. There's no Marilyn. It's a prequel. It's a prequel. They want sequels. If you get sequels, it's going to be a crowdfunded sequel now because Universal didn't give 2 squirts of shit urine. Yeah, of shit urine. If shit could actually piss, no one would, that shit would not piss. This movie is awful. It's an awful film. However, Dana Roebuck bumped that up a full star. He bumped that up with a full star, and a couple of the small, minute, and I mean minute redeeming elements made this a D+. If it wasn't for Daniel Roebuck, this would be an F. This would be an F, or at least a very stinking low D-. The Munsters should have been what the Addams Family was. You should have given us maybe like a PG-13 dark style comedy. I mean, hell. The freaking Addams Family animated movies are darker than this. Do they got more to go off of? Not really, because this had spin-offs like a cartoon series and 90s films and other stuff. So the animated ones had more to go off of. However, there was differences with this. This is beloved just like this. It ran for just as long. And I'm afraid to see if he does an Addams Family film, because apparently that's one of his other favorite shows. Don't you touch the Addams Family, because we've gotten enough of those, and I think the first one's good, the second one is questionable, but I'm not excited for what Rob Zombie does next in comedy, or at all, really. If you're a fan of his music, now, I haven't heard his music. It's not my style of music. I'm sure he's a very nice guy. I'm sure that all these actors are very, very nice in person. But for me, this film was bad. Stay tuned, because I do have a review for Bring It On, Cheer or Die up next. And then I got my October movie preview, and I got a shopping video. So I will see all, well, maybe shopping video if the stuff is out. I will see all of you guys next time.